delightful greetings to everyone, and today we are here in DPSGV to have a little discussion on how to generate the inquiry and how to inculcate the inquisitiveness amongst the students, because I believe in the 21st century that rote learning is gone away and we have to done with it now, and we really want our teachers and students to be inquiry-based education should be there in the school, and we want our children to ask more and more questions. So I have a panel of 6 teachers with me from 3rd, 4th and 5th class, 2 teachers from each class. So I'll be asking them, let us see how are they generating the inquiry in their class, how they are inculcating the inquisitiveness amongst the children, how they are prompting the children to ask more and more questions rather than give the answers. Because giving the answers anybody can do. Because cramming the things and rote learning and then vomiting out in the exam is a very easy thing. Anybody can do that. But in 21st century it doesn't work. Because we have to be a little practical oriented. We must inculcate in our children that they should be able to observe the things what is happening around. And questions will be asked only when the observation is very smart. If the child is observant, then only he can ask the questions. So I have in my panel first person, Ms. Aarti Paishampani. Aarti ma'am, you tell me what and how you have been working on this.
Thank you, sir. Hello everybody. I'm Aarti Paishampani, IB teacher, facilitator mother. Sir, after the 2 years of online classes, children are exposed to so much of digital world, but they are not having the real world exposure. So to generate the inquiry, they always need some kind of prompts. So we take the help of the pictures, videos, it can be puzzles, so that the inquiry can be generated and then they are interlinked. Once the answer starts coming, children get an idea and then the answers pour on and their content, their knowledge start increasing, and then we are easily able to take them to the inquiry where we want to take them. So that is the first way of introducing any kind of.
Thank you, Aarti ma'am. You are wonderful. You are very crisp in what you are doing. I will want ma'am also, Leena ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Leena ma'am, can you tell me what are your practices in your class regarding the topic?
Good morning, sir. So, as an IB PYP teacher, I just focus on numeracy classes wherein we give the children real life situations, and in these real life situations we convert them into prompts of I wonder, wherein children are then curious to know and we don't give them answers. So I just give a small example. Suppose it's multiples and factors. We just don't introduce the topic as multiple and factors. We give them a case situation wherein the children are supposed to tell how can a number, a product be expressed in different ways. For example, if it is 12, it can be 6 and 2, it could be 3 and 4, and from there they come to the basic concept. So, and we also try to give a case situation in the form of visuals, wherein then they form questions. So this all leads to their curiosity and to their thinking skills. It enhances their thinking skills, sir.
Thank you so much, Rita ma'am. Preeti ma'am, what are your ways of doing the things? Because you are a wonderful teacher. We have been hearing from the children and the parents that Preeti ma'am's classes are a wonderful experience altogether for the children. May I know how you are inculcating inquisitiveness amongst the children in your class?
Very good morning, sir. Hello to all my dear friends. Being an IB PYP facilitator, like what my friend said, building on the previous knowledge of the children, what they already know, building on that creates knowledge, because the child feels confident that he knows something. Besides that, sir, visual manipulatives and small video clips play a very important role in creating curiosity amongst the young minds. Since children are different learners, every child is a different learner. Some learn when they see, some learn when they hear, some learn when they do. And visual manipulatives that way of videos are very nice because they engage a lot of senses, not just eyes but yet the ears, and if we ask them to do something, the hands also. So, like Reena ma'am said, giving them real life examples, that is the best thing, take them to their own house from the small things that they do every day. Building on that, showing them visual manipulatives and video clips, that generates a lot of feedback.
Thank you, sweetie. Also wonderful. Over to Shweta ma'am. Can you tell me how have you been generating the inquisitiveness amongst your students?
Good morning everybody, I am Shweta.
A little louder, even louder.
Yeah. Good morning everybody, I am Shweta. So being PYP teacher, we just believe in generating inquiry first so that children can come up with different questions as well as very good kind of answers as well. So what do? We generate inquiry by showing them some pictures, some video clips. Sometimes we use specific strategies like first and second thought. So in which first we just ask them to just look at the picture and what do you see in that. Now we used to tell them, now ponder on it again and just come up with the what did you infer from that, and how can you use these things as well. Then secondly, one more example I could give, that we use them Z to A strategy, in which we just talk about the application in the real life, real world. What do they do? What do they use? Then we go back to the concept. Like for example, if we used to tell them means of communication, but we don't talk about the concept that there are so many three means of communication and all. We just talk about the real life thing. What are how do you communicate to your friends? If you want to talk to your parents, sometimes you are not living with them, or your grandparents, what do you do? What do you use? So then they used to come up with, okay, we use cell phones, sometimes we write letters as well. So then we go back to the means of communication. As well as we just cater to differential learning also in our classrooms by using multiple intelligences in whatever we are doing. So we just specify things with some special kind of multiple intelligences, like visual arts. Ma'am has said that we use visual arts and visual manipulators. So we think that by using these things, our PYP classrooms has become very vibrant, and yes, we are enjoying it a lot. With the reflections as well, they have become very like Sarah said, they have become inquirers and they have become balanced in their lives. So we are enjoying it. Thank you so much.
We observed after 2 years of pandemic, like we brainstormed, we sat together and we brainstormed, and we came to the conclusion that children, they have really forgotten how to ask a good question in the classroom. So I think the first thing is to as a PYP educator, this is just a small suggestion to every parent that it is very very important to create a safe environment at home and in the school as well. And apart from that, we have multiple visible thinking strategies in our school, and we implement them in the classroom as well, like KWLH, see, think and wonder, and many more. Even the writing prompts, they are very effective at times. So I think it is very important to elicit students to ask deep and provoking questions to create a culture of inquiry. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Monica, for being crisp and short and to the point. Now we move on to Rimi Tiwari. Rimi, you are also a grade 3 teacher. How do you inculcate inquiry amongst your children? How do you create that atmosphere of asking questions in the class rather than only giving the answers? Over to you.
Very good morning, sir, and good morning to all my friends from all my children and my peer group. And on day-to-day basis, small things I have also started observing. I have also become an inquirer like my children are doing in the classroom. So as already my friends have discussed about few things like videos and all, yes, I also do the same. I also use the same strategies in my class, and nowadays what I am observing is children are in a good habit of asking questions, right? They are very open-minded these days, and they are thinking very creatively. Very creative thinking is happening. You can very easily observe in the classrooms. And why? The question is why all this is happening in the classroom, why children are asking questions. The basic thing is that I just want to link it with my C-learning classes also. In our C-learning classes, we talk a lot about compassionate classroom, right? Children are feeling very safe, very comfortable. They have a wonderful bond with the teachers. So that's the reason they are asking questions. This is something really a very good sign for the teachers. And even along with all these strategies and all, I would also like to mention here that motivation is a very important part in the classroom for a teacher. That whenever they are not able to answer anything or they want to ask something, so motivation, when a teacher gives motivation to them, it helps a lot, it supports a lot. So how I do it in my classroom, simply I will show you. I have 2 lines with me, like we shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. मन में है विश्वास, मन में है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। Thank you so much.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And Rimi, you made the day for all of us all together. And IB is the future of the education actually, because the way, if you really look at it, NEB has also taken so many elements of IB curriculum as well, where they are also talking about student-led, student-centric education, where students should be the pivot around which everything should revolve around. So I'm sure that this discussion was, you also enjoy being a part of this
Yes, sir.
panel.
In fact, I would like to add on, sir, is that collaboration we don't only need with the children, even we collaborate to take the best practices for the students.
That's so beautiful, and that's what is
That is
needed.
important.
Sir, one more special thing is happening in my class, in all of us, classes. So, sir, the ones who were a little apprehensive and those who were not willing to answer, now they come up with very good answers and they ask questions as well. So, this is the best thing. Now, we see they are eager to attend classes, eager to attend answers, eager to ask questions and give answers. So, this is the best thing.
Any other observations from anyone? Or should we call it a day now? Thank you so much for being here in my panel today early in the morning. And your principal is a little crazy principal. I'm saying it's on record only. It's crazy in the sense, till the time you don't have that, that craze to make your school the #1 school, to make your children to get the best education. Till the time you don't have that craze, you will not be able to perform well. So I believe wherever I go, I make my school as my, karma bhumi. And you all are the ones who are the soldiers who are supporting me. And I must say, DPSGV is really blessed to have the beautiful human capital. I tell you that these days the parents are, looking at the infrastructure, they're looking at how many swimming pools are there, what kind of infrastructure is there. But I think ultimately, what is actually needed is, what kind of the people are there who are going to connect with the children? Are they going to, because this human factor is very, very important in every school. Schools make a lot of investment on the infrastructure, but they forget that they have to make an investment in the human capital as well. It is very well said, there's an old adage which says, you pay peanuts and you get the monkeys. So we need to see that good human capital will be, it has a price of its own. And we at DPSGV is very lucky that our management has been wonderful and they have been taking care of us all. We don't have to ask for our increments and all, it comes automatically to us, right? That's how the school makes a difference altogether. And the way they spend on the PLDPs, professional development and learning programs, and the way we are doing the capacity building, I think our teachers are ahead of other schools. If you really look at it, when it comes to knowing about the things.
Yes.